Oppenheimer is Christopher Nolan's best movie. There, I said it. With such a stacked filmography that consists of movies like The Dark Knight, Inception, Dunkirk, Memento, Interstellar, to make a claim that one is better than the other is not easy. And I get it. After Oppenheimer took home 7 Academy Awards at the Oscars, it's very easy to be blindsided by recency bias. After all, it was Oppenheimer that allowed Nolan to walk home with his first Best Picture win. But my argument is not clouded by all this recency bias. I understand that the hype around Oppenheimer will die, and the shine around this movie will slowly rust away. But still, with all this in mind, I can confidently sit here and say, Oppenheimer is his best movie of all time. Don't believe me? Listen to what Robert Downey Jr. has to say.
What is Christopher Nolan's best movie?
The one I'm promoting. I mean, that's how that works, right?
I'm telling you, and I've seen every single film you've ever done. Oppenheimer is the culmination of your life's work, and it is a frickin' masterpiece, brother.
Thank you.
And that is the God's honest truth.
Oppenheimer is the culmination of your life's work. The reason Oppenheimer is Nolan's best work is the crew he assembled to make this project. Across all fronts of filmmaking, whether it be the cast, the composer, the cinematographer, all are at the top of their craft and put in their best work. However, the surprising thing about the crew is that many are not longtime collaborators with Nolan. Sure, the staples are present. After all, this is Cillian Murphy's 6th time collaborating with Nolan. Other usuals like Emma Thomas and Charles Roven are here. But take the editor, for example. Jennifer Lame has only collaborated with Nolan one other time. Same goes for the composer Ludwig Göransson. He previously collaborated with Nolan on Tenet, but that was it. Obviously, Hans Zimmer is usually Nolan's composer. Finally, cinematographer Hoyt van Hoytma has only collaborated with Nolan on 3 other occasions. So this idea that Oppenheimer is Nolan's best work due to the crew that he assembled, yet the crew are all relatively newcomers who haven't worked with Nolan in the past, seems pretty contradictory. Well, it isn't, and here's why.
Light made up of particles or waves? Quantum mechanics says it's both. How can it be both? It can't. It can't. But it is. It's paradoxical, and yet it works.
It's paradoxical, but yet it works. Look, take this for example. If you told me that the best score of any Nolan film wasn't created by Hans Zimmer, I wouldn't believe you. Alright, fine. Maybe Oppenheimer's score isn't the best Nolan score ever, but it's damn sure close. I mean, come on. Oppenheimer is by far Nolan's best collaboration. Everyone is firing on all cylinders. The Academy Awards are the best way to support this claim. Ludwig Göransson won for Best Original Score, Jennifer Lame won for Best Editing, Hoyt van Hoytma won for Best Cinematography, Cillian and Downey won for Best Lead and Supporting Actor. Then obviously you have the film's win for Best Picture and Nolan's win for Directing. The film flat out gets the best out of everyone working on the project. Pair this with the ambition of the film, and you get Nolan's magnum opus. Oppenheimer pushes the boundaries of filmmaking constantly, whether it be through the film's experimental structure or the film's practical effects. Before the film was made, Nolan struck a deal with Universal Pictures, a deal that had some absurd requirements. These included a budget of $100 million, plus another $100 million dedicated to marketing, Nolan getting final cut on the film, and Nolan getting a 20% share of the first dollar gross. With these kinds of demands in place, you'd think, if not hope, the film would be somewhat cautious. As we saw with Damien Chazelle's Babylon, when you have a budget of this size, there's a lot of pressure on the film to perform at the box office. Nolan, of course, did the exact opposite.
Cooper, this is no time for caution.
And what he created was a masterpiece. If you disagree with this idea that Oppenheimer is Nolan's best film, please let me know in the comments. I want to know your thoughts and your perspective. I love Interstellar, I love Inception, Memento, but to me, Oppenheimer is his best work. If you want to talk about more film and television, please subscribe. I'm trying to build a community where we can talk about our favorite films and television shows. Look, you can disagree with me all you want, but what you can't disagree with me on is that feeling when you were in the theater and you heard this for the first time.
Now I am become death, the destroyer of worlds.
You are the man who who gave them the power to destroy themselves.
It's so good.